Hey everybody, John Osborne here. Let's do the FX Educational Outlook for June 30th, 2017. We're coming up on a long weekend here with the 4th of July in the United States. Might cause some sluggishness. We'll see some of the markets closing early on Monday, and markets will mostly be closed from the US perspective on Tuesday, but Forex will continue as it is an international market. We just want to walk through some of our bullish markets as well as our bearish and our consolidating. So in the bullish areas where we've been predicting bullish moves, we continue to see nice moves up on the pound yen. You can see we're moving up to this 147.106, which is the next pivot as we move higher. We're still looking nice and strong. Just watching that 148.447 for resistance on the weekly. For the pound or the euro pound, this one is one of the weakest ones that we have that are in our bullish category. So we're starting to see a little bit of hesitancy as we moved up towards this weekly resistance with a couple of long pivots in here. So we might see some compression. It's not surprising to see that as we move forward, and we're starting to get some divergences here on our MACD. So not surprising to see a little bit of hesitation there. The Kiwi yen has been a great move all the way up for many days here, and it just continues to move higher. Now we're strongly this week moved up through the trend line. So we're going to watch for this one to continue heading higher. Don't know where the top's going to be. We're just going to be looking for that to run quite a bit more. For the Aussie yen, we did kind of top out at the 200 bar moving average here on the weekly, but you can see it was a big week, nice strong move up, and keep an eye on this trend line that we're coming up underneath as a potential resistance. For the dollar yen, this one here is hesitating a little bit as it's breaking through this previous pivot from this point. And you can see on the couple of lines that we drew here on the weekly, it's not surprising that we are slowing down a little bit from these trend lines on the weekly. So let's see if we can get through here. If you look, we've got some pretty long run-ups here and wicks on this, and it looks like we have broken through that line, so we've weakened it, and we can see if we're going to possibly go higher. But we did get a pretty big pullback on this 4-hour bar here. For the euro US dollar, it's continuing higher. Okay, this is after we had a divergence and pullback. We had a really strong move up, and we're continuing to move up now. So we're getting up to this 1.14263 resistance. We have broken that, so let's see if we can go higher. The Aussie US dollar, same thing, a little bit of a pullback here, not surprising, and we're going up and touching the bottom of our weekly resistance trend line. And finally, in our bullish area, our pound US dollar, we're going up and getting close to this previous pivot, which is the start of this downtrend that we had here. But we are breaking through these lines this week, very strong week in many of these markets, and it's good to see that. In the bearish area, we just have a couple. We've got a bit of a pullback here on the dollar Swissy, and I can say that this pullback is probably due to getting close right here. If you look, we're touching the pivot, this 0.95485 that is here, so it's not surprising we're getting a little bit of a bounce on that. We'll see if we can break through it. I don't think we've quite broken through it yet, but we'll see if this is going to be a reversal to head back up to this trend line, or if it's actually going to try to punch back down through it. We do have some pretty good bearishness still on our MACD that looks like it wants to head lower. For the dollar loonie, that's heading lower nicely. And in our consolidating zone, we're still consolidating on the pound loonie. And that'll do it for today. Hope everyone has a happy and safe 4th of July break. And until next time, have a great rest of your day.